let's hang. Yeah, you and me, let's swing a little thing without a care in the world, and all our bills paid too. Woo-hoo. At least until Tuesday, let's blow it off. No need to even give it a second thought. It doesn't even have to rhyme. You know we worked more than enough. And now it's 1:30. Fuck this shit o'clock. Yeah, I just said that 'cause that's what time it is. So let's relax and just forget about those little aches and pains. Oh, those pains. Yeah, let's kick back and kick it and think of all those sweet sweethearts and friends, good friends who keep you from going crazy. And let's dance, maybe. Let those who wish to make romance, baby. Yeah, get a room, you two, and take a world of care off your mind, dear friend of mine. And let's hang, and take it nice and easy. Yeah, let's relax and just forget about those little aches and pains. Oh, those pains. Yeah, let's kick back and kick it and think of all those sweet sweethearts and friends, good friends who keep you from going crazy. And let's dance, maybe. Let those who wish to make romance, baby, yes, and take a world of care off your mind and totally unwind. And let's hang, let's just hang. Thank you, WEFT. Great to be back.
Hello.
Hi.
How are we today?
I'm here on WEFT. Loving it always.
All right, well, I'm your host, Charlie. I'm going to quit the small talk because, Paul, you have an upcoming show tomorrow.
It's true. New Year's Eve, of course, is tomorrow, and I'll be playing at the Rose Bowl Tavern. I'm on at 9, from 9 to 10. I'll be playing, just like this evening, I'll be playing part of my set on the piano there at the Rose Bowl and part of my set on guitar. Before me, there's 2 sets, count them, 2 sets of Urbana's virtuoso crazy folk music, Bones Jugs featuring Cody on the xylophone and about 12 other instruments, and Charlie Harris on bass. And then after me comes the Emily Ann Band, and she's an amazing original songwriter and also the host of the Monday Night Hootenanny there at the Rose Bowl, so she probably is not hearing this because she's probably working right now. And then after that is Chachi and the Banditos. So, just a total blowout New Year's Eve tomorrow at the Rose Bowl. And I'm really honored to be a part of it.
So, yeah, if you don't have any plans for New Year's Eve, there's your excuse.
Uh-huh. That's right. You're staying away from us. Just kidding.
No. Well, now I feel terrible.
Me too. I'm sorry. I've ruined everything. Why don't I play a song to make it better?
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. So I'm debuting this right now. It's a poem by John Keats, who's a romantic poet from the early 19th century. It's a short poem called On the Grasshopper and Cricket. The poetry of earth is never dead when all the birds are faint from the hot sun and hide in cooling trees. A voice will run from hedge to hedge about the new mown mead. That is the grasshopper. He takes the lead in summer luxury. He has never done with his delight, but when hired out with fun, he rests at ease beneath some pleasant weed. The poetry of earth is ceasing never on a lone winter evening when the frost has wrought a silence. From the stove there shrills the cricket's song, in warmth increasing ever, and seems to one in drowsiness half lost. The grasshoppers among some grassy hills. Now, to carry on with the powdered wig portion of our evening, here's a little something that I wrote myself. It's, well, you'll hear it. It's a little something like this. So for 20-some years, I've been writing this song, if only I... Yes, and 20-some years wouldn't seem half as long if only I hadn't worked and reworked it a million times wrong. If only if only I hadn't spent all that money on cheap Cabernet. If only I hadn't stammered and stuttered when I knew what to say. Or if only I could have kept my big mouth shut and just walked away. If only if only I could have done just what's needed and then left it be. If only I hadn't slipped on the patio and messed up my knee. If only I hadn't yelled at my poor kid, God, she was only 3. If only if only I hadn't smoked cigarettes for like 96 years. If only I hadn't wasted all that energy grinding my gears. If only I hadn't got so bogged down in my worries and fears. If only if only I could have seen who was just using me as a pawn. If I could fix this damn mower, I'd mow the damn lawn. I could have told Pop I loved him before he was gone. If only Now I could pile on more verses, as I'm sure that you know. If only I could get back down to sleep for an hour or so. If only I could just once figure out how to let it all go. If only if only if only Yeah, get that out of my system. Oh, my. Yeah. Mm-hmm. My teenager. I love you too. If you don't mind, I'll hang around until the party starts. I promise I won't make a sound until the party starts. I'll go upstairs and not come down until the party starts. And when the party starts, I'll pack up and go home. I'll just be in your favorite chair until the party starts. Or I'll just wash and dye my hair until the party starts. I'll just be waiting over there until the party starts. And when the party starts, you'll see me back at home. Cause when the party starts, the guests will laugh and dance and drink Prosecco till the dawn. And there might be party snacks on rented tables and beanbags out for tossing on the lawn. And probably everybody's little kids will be there, getting in everybody's hair. Come to think of it, I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'll try to be there. If you don't mind, I'll hang around until the party starts. I promise I won't make a sound until the party starts. I'll go upstairs and not come down until the party starts. And when the party starts, I'll see you back at home. Thank you. I am a lonely sea serpent. My scales are all shiny and green. You may ask, hey, lonely sea serpent, what's your scene? I mean, there are plenty of fish in the ocean. Doesn't that go for sea serpents too? And if you're such a lonely sea serpent, well, maybe it's you. Haven't you heard there's an app for that? Just log yourself into Sea Serpent Chat. The 7 seas are literally brimming with mythical creatures, all searching for you and for fun things to do on a Saturday too. Yeah, but no, I'm a lonely sea serpent. I don't need to find friendship online. There are lots of solitary sea serpents, you know, and that's fine. It's fine. We don't need to connect with a peer group. We don't need to hook up for a date. Our reproduction is hermaphroditic. That means we don't even mate. Hey, don't knock it, it's great. Look, I get it, land masses are crowded. It's not like the ocean, with nothing but ocean as far as you can see. And when you're a mammal, especially a primate, you might have evolved with a deep-seated craving for camaraderie. Do me a favor and don't project that whole social cohesion thing onto some lonely sea serpent like me. Yes, I am a lonely sea serpent. And now that I've told you my deal, guys, if someone says, leave me alone on a bus or at a bar, just do it for real. Thank you. I'll do 2 more here on the piano, and one will be this one. Southpaw, the moon was tacked up too far away. So Southpaw, I took it down a notch or 2. And Southpaw, I swaddled up that moon in bubble wrap and sealed it up and mailed it off to you from 61801 or 2. Eugene, I am messaging you this photograph. To prove I am going to the mailbox now. And Eugene, I hope that this note finds you, and it finds you well. I can't imagine how. I can't imagine how. Southpaw, you might have written back to me, but as far as I can tell, your letter never came. Southpaw, I will send you off a little paragraph of lies detected on a polygraph, the aftermath of which is just the same. Is Southpaw your real name? Wait. Of course not. Eugene, I am wishing you tranquility. Eugene, I am wishing you the sea of tranquility. And if you ever come home again by flying machine, don't even think about me. Just on your right there, you will see some of our gilded climbing ivy. It was painted by a very famous muralist and costs a zillion tax dollars. It broadcasts Wi-Fi, by the way, which we invented in that building over there. And just across the street you might see adjuncts and their liberal arts grad students supping porridge in their ramshackle departmental houses. Oh, the squalor, it's just like Dickens. Wait, you have heard of Dickens, haven't you? Well, you probably will in English class. I think they still have English class here at University Land. On all those hillsides in the distance stand the various McMansions of the assistant vice chancellors, assistant administrative executive team, tra-la. And in those high-rise luxury campus condos live the children of some well-connected millionaires. All hanging out and doing some like higher learning stuff for a few years until it's time to get a real job or whatever with their top-rated, competitive, value-added, industry-recognized, esteemed, prestigious baccalaureates from guess where? University Land. Yes, and then on game day, our venerated symbol, the chicken-feathered warrior, does the awesome sacred tailgating dance at the historic War Memorial Instabank Insurance Stadium Complex, while the 1,000-member marching band stands at the 50-yard line, playing Hail Alma Mater, Superstitious by Stevie Wonder, followed by Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna Let You Down, Never Gonna Run Around and Desert University Land. Yeah, you just got rickrolled. Dude, we are, of course, a 24-hour frat party school with beer flowing all week long in every gutter. Yeah, but don't let that fool ya. We totally do research. We've researched literally everything. And the results of our research is that our research will require, wait for it, additional funding. Generous, sustainable funding. Which is exactly why your friends down at the Tri-Campus Alumni Care Office have reached out to you electronically. We hope you'll join us for our annual networking dinner fundraiser gala and shoeshine, where for a small fee you can pose smiling for a selfie with some of our first-round draft choice NCAA superstar athletes in the woody paneled August leather chair comfort of the old student union, which hasn't changed one bit since the bygone days, except for the new food court. So when you return to the wide open arms of our beloved alma mater, flanked as always by learning and labor, we will matriculate and convocate once more. Please swipe in your net secure credentials at the door and press 1 to begin the online course. Press pause at any time. Press pause again to resume. Welcome to University Land. Class dismissed. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to switch to guitar now. Any questions? Comments?
First of all, I don't think I've ever heard a more accurate song about college, ever. Right. Although I will say,
I did go to one once.
I mean, as someone who grew up in Champaign-Urbana with the university and went there, it's just, the song is hilarious.
Thank you. Thank you for saying so.
If you would accept one critique, I think most students eat ramen, not porridge, but...
Grad students, though. Dickensian grad students, though. See what I mean? It's all part of the act, folks. All part of the act.
So, one more time. You got
ramen. Yeah, but ramen scans. I could just put that in.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's duly noted.
Maybe for tomorrow's show at the Rose Bowl Tavern?
That's right. Tomorrow at the Rose Bowl. And, like a lot of Monday nights, because there's Hootenanny. I don't know if the listening audience there or any of you here in the room here may not be familiar with the Urbana Hootenanny that happens on Monday nights. Yeah, right. And I know that the WEFT sessions people kind of can't be in two places at once. You can't be in Urbana and Champaign at the same time, except over the airwaves on WEFT 90.1 FM. Right?
Champaign.
Traveling at the speed of light from Champaign to Urbana.
Across the universe.
Across the universe and over the internet. But yeah, so Monday nights, there's an open stage for the acoustic community. There's a lot of classic country music. If you watch this NPR or PBS special about country music that Ken Burns has put together, like a lot of that history is represented, bluegrass standards and country music standards. And then it's wide open for doofus songwriters like myself to come and give it a shot. And it's like any other open mic, except you can't really plug anything in. So it's really focused on acoustic instruments. And I really like that a lot because the stuff I write works there. If you had a hip-hop act, I don't know how it would work, but you could probably make it work. Anyway, so that's what happens on almost every Monday night, and that's where you could find me on almost every Monday night. But if you can't make it to that, or if, going out to bars in general is not your thing, you can find me on the internet. You just have to know how to spell my last name, and that's the hard part. It's Kotheimer, Kotheimer. And so if you just type into your average search engine, Paul Kotheimer Bandcamp, one word for those of you who are not familiar with that, it's a website where independent musicians have their stuff. You can find literally 25 years plus of my releases there at Bandcamp. My back catalog has, I think, 14 titles, and I just did a new one this year, 2019. Has a release called Terrarium, and aptly named because I released it and then it grew, and so I put 5 more songs on. I released it in March, and then a few months later I added some more songs. So the Terrarium is growing, and I will have copies of Terrarium on good old-fashioned compact discs with me tomorrow night at Rose Bowl. So if you want one of those, comes with a download code. So even if you don't have a working CD player anymore, you can listen online and download onto wherever you store your music these days. Mike, I think these monitors can go all the way down for this portion, if you don't mind. So, mind if I carry on?
Well, I just want to question, where could people book you if they wanted to?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I am old and I have a day job. But I would be responsive. I have a Facebook page, and you could contact me at my musician Facebook page. That's Paul Kotheimer in all caps. I also have a personal Facebook page if you're a pal of mine. I have never really thought it through. Like, oh gosh, maybe I should be booked. Can we come back to that question? Let me sing some more songs.
All right.
Cool. Thank you. I wrote this song in a dream, and what happens when you write a song in a dream, sometimes it ends up being in the wrong key. And so this song's just a titch high for me. So I'm going to have to stretch my spine a little bit. And here it comes. Well, there's an awful lot of songs out there that tell of pain, of all the falling outs and broken hearts and tears like rain. Yes, I could sing a desperate song like From Pagliacci, but Pagliaccio, don't you know that's not me? And I'll tell you why, 'cause everyone's healthy, no one's in jail, nobody's on the phone saying, Dad, I need bail. Let's keep it that way. Oh, children, let's keep it that way. I got a pretty little house, I'm not gonna lie. The roof don't leak and the basement's mostly dry. Let's keep it that way. Oh, darling, let's keep it that way.
Well, sure, sometimes it gets hot, and sometimes it snows, and all the little babies crying with a runny nose. But then the car breaks down, the money's all spent, and you can't barely manage with the food and the rent. But then the sun comes out and it turns out alright, with a little left over for Saturday night. Let's keep it that way. Oh, darling, let's keep it that way. Aha, lucky us. Sometimes you put it all together and it falls apart, or you can't even scrape together what you need to start. And someone has the nerve to say it's all a blessing in disguise if the good Lord don't will it and the creek does rise. But then the sun comes out, turns out alright, with a little left over for Saturday night. Let's keep it that way. Oh, darling, let's keep it that way. And the funny thing is, till my luck runs out, I won't have nothing in the world to write a song about. But that's okay. I think I'd rather keep it that way. Everything's okay, honey, let's keep it that way. Yeah. All right. I'd like to sing a song, on my way over here, and I posted it on the internet, that I literally cannot remember when my first WEFT session was. I want to say that it was sometime in the 1994 to 1996 neighborhood. And yeah, probably so. I was in a band at that time called Herring Boys, named after the red herring in Urbana. And I think that was our first WEFT session, my first WEFT session. I may have played solo. I had friends who had shows, late night shows at the time too, so I have it kind of mixed up in my memory of the 90s when I was playing as a guest on Eclectic Seizure, which was a show in the 90s, or whether I was on WEFT sessions. But so yeah, I was racking my brain about that, and I sure don't have a cassette of it whenever it was. So in short, it's really awesome that WEFT Sessions has been happening all this time, and I want to send a shout out to Jimmy, who was the tech of WEFT Sessions in the 90s, and to Santanu and Holly, who were the hosts at that time. And, happy holidays, Todd. And I'll carry on with this one that, since I'm reminiscing, I'll play a song that is almost 20 years old. I wrote this song, I want to say in 01 or 02. And, if this song had a subtitle or had a headline in the newspaper, that would read, English major meets art major, hijinks ensue. It goes a little something like this. Well, you asked me to wait for like 5 more minutes while you straighten up a little bit and find your glasses and grab your coat, so I take a look at the poetry magnets on the Frigerator. And here's what the fridge magnets say. They say, expiates contrite fetter through ascetic vicissitudes, unrequited deft dragon, let pithy women spurn you limpidly once. And the funny thing is, I think I know that I know what that means. So you asked me to wait for like 5 more minutes while you feed the pets and then
finish the dishes and talk with your roommate about borrowing the car so you could get to the airport next Thursday by 7. So I take a look at the poetry magnets on the Frigerator, and here's what the fridge magnets say. They say, after the mere self-city stultify almost your never avail, too mid for guile and hew not from you. And you know, the scary thing is I think I know that I know what that means. So you asked me to wait for like 5 more minutes while you move all the furniture and order some carryout and shampoo the carpets and finish that chapter of Anna Karenina while shaving your head with an old safety razor and chasing the cat that's escaped down the alleyway while checking your email and painting a picture of Diego Rivera, which was due for your art crits by 10 in the morning, and you hate the professor. So I take a look at the poetry magnets on the Frigerator, and here's what the fridge magnets say. They say, Dear Anonymous, I've got a great idea. Instead of going out to another cool party with all our clever friends who've all slept with each other, well, why don't we just stay home and play poetry magnets? Now hang on a second. When beyond delicates luxury, whisper best underneath chocolate. And you know, the uncanny thing is I think I know that you think that I know what that means. Okay. I'll do 2 more here and then switch back to the piano. A couple more here and then back to the piano. Here's, actually, it'll be 3 more, but these next two will be short, like less than a minute and a half each. I don't know. I wrote this. I mean, I wrote this in the time it takes to sing it. I don't know. It just sort of came out. Sometimes songwriters have really good luck like that, and well, you'll hear it. Well, my grandfather was born in Chicago in 1910, and he drove a bus for the CTA since before I could remember when. He'd get up for work about 3 in the morning and head out to the depot in the dark. And as a kid, he sold seat cushions for a nickel at old Comiskey Park. Comiskey Park, Comiskey Park. Seat cushions for a nickel at old Comiskey Park. Didn't seem to need another verse, you know. Here's another one. This song's for Urbana. Greetings from Champaign-Urbana friends. just make art like all day long. Here's a box big as a car, full up with $100 bills. Just don't ask where I got it from. Let's say it fell off of the back of a semi somewhere between Baghdad Airport and the green zone. Yeah, like that. Like that. I may need to take a minute and tune this thing. It's a treacherous thing to do on live on the air. Luckily we have these machines that help us now. Didn't used to be like that. I mean, it's always been like that since I've been a guitar player. I haven't always been able to afford a tuner that, and I certainly haven't had one that clips on and has all these gorgeous aids. Well, the thing itself says I'm in tune. So I'm going to believe the thing. It seems okay. All right, so here's one that I'm going to do, and then I'll switch back to piano in just a sec. This song, I like to bill this song as the best song I ever got out of the worst hangover I ever had. And you'll hear the title. When I sing the song in a bar, it has a sing-along portion. I ask the audience to stand by for the word liquid, because when you hear the word liquid, the next word is the word pain. And I just ask the whole bar to sing the word pain with me in a lovely 3-part harmony, because I'm a masochist like that. Yeah, pain, 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 pain. Yes, so choose your note now and sing it later. Thanks. Well, I wish that I could torch all this regret, just like the interior of that blue Corvette. Oh man, I never should have flicked that cigarette. What is burned, you can't unsmoke it. And you may wish that no one was to blame, and you will never need to walk that walk of shame. But all the innocence that you would like to claim is bullshit, girl, it's broke because we broke it. But just add a little liquid pain, procrastination. One sip will get you started, 2 shots will set you right. A little liquid pain, procrastination. Why not put off till tomorrow what you don't want to feel tonight? A little liquid pain, procrastination. A little liquid pain, procrastination. Put the hot in real hot mess. You were careful not to spill it on your dress. Yeah, you sure ain't no damsel in distress. But how the hell did you wake up with that in your bed? And what will we do with this this remorse, except to shrug and say it's about par for the course. It ain't a mystery why it ended in divorce, but it's unclear how this tattoo got on my forehead. It must have been liquid pain, procrastination. One sip will get you started, 2 shots will set you right. A little liquid pain, procrastination. Why not put off till tomorrow what you don't want to feel tonight? A little liquid pain, procrastination. A little liquid pain, procrastination. Well, top shelf or tap or well, it's on my breath. You can smell it. Damn, they ought to bottle this stuff and sell it. Liquid pain, procrastination. Liquid pain, procrastination. I said I would switch, but I'm not going to switch just yet. I'm going to do one more on the guitar. Fooled you. Fooled myself. "31 true facts about my girlfriend. 31 true facts about my girlfriend. 31 true facts about her. She used to work at Baskin Robbins on Green Street. She's a food geek. Her favorite Muppet is Bert. She knows what to do with a rutabaga, whatever that means. She gives herself pedicures. She's a total freaking Virgo. She drives a purple car. She owns 13 pairs of boots. She hasn't shaved her armpits since 1999. She's pretty good at Space Invaders. She drinks PBR at wine tastings. She plays Puzzle Bobble all night long. Her favorite tree is a ginkgo. She has inherited 2 geckos. She makes the most badass in coffee in the Northern Hemisphere. 31 true facts about my girlfriend. 31 true facts about my girlfriend. 31 true facts about her. She likes clean sheets and she cannot lie. Give her cake but she'd rather have pie. If she were an animal, she would be an owl. She won the Peoria spelling bee in the 8th grade. She falls asleep while watching Cosmos. Her mom is the author of an award-winning book of children's poems. She is cussing at her cell phone. She is looking for her favorite pair of scissors. She is swimming through the stratosphere. She is digging my bloody Valentine. She would rather have a pear than an apple. She is updating her Facebook photo again with pictures of her new cat. She makes collages on the walls. She bakes quilts. She sews pies. She knits soup. She reads my mind when she is so inclined. She reads my mind when she is so inclined. She reads my mind when she is so inclined. She reads my mind when she is so inclined. Reads my mind. 31 true facts about my girlfriend. 31 true facts about my girlfriend. 31 true facts about her. All right. Thank you, WEFT. The clock says I got 9 minutes to fill. Is that so? I do. I will carry on then. I will soldier on then, and I will do that thing. Totally got it. I got this. But first,
Rosebud Tavern.
Rosebud, downtown Urbana, right across the street from the Courier on Race Street.
Tomorrow,
New Year's Eve. Last
9
day of
o'clock?
2019. I'm on at 9 o'clock. The whole shindig starts at 7 with 2 sets of Bones Jugs. Great, amazing folk duo with a xylophone. I mean, where else? You know what I'm saying? Where else can you get an amazing 2 hours of music from a virtuoso folk duo that includes a xylophone? The answer is nowhere in the universe except Urbana, Illinois at the Rosebud Tavern. And then I have the great privilege to perform right after the 2 sets of Bones Jugs. And then after me comes the Emily Ann Band. And then after that is Chachi and the Banditos. And then is midnight. And then it's the year 2020. That's so bizarre.
That's wild.
Yeah, totally is. Totally is.
I also had one more question
I'm ready.
about that song you played there. Mm-hmm. Did you just say your girlfriend plays Puzzle Bobble?
Puzzle Bobble. Yeah. I wrote that song about 10 years ago. I don't even know if Puzzle Bobble still exists.
Oh, it still exists. You can get it on Nintendo Switch now, in fact.
Oh.
Not that this is an ad for that.
Okay. Good to know. I can't even remember what device she would play it on.
Possibly an arcade machine.
No, I think it was like on either phone or laptop. Yeah, I'm not sure.
That could be.
Anyway.
I got nothing else. You carry on, Paul Kotheimer. Stay tuned for WEFT Sessions Year in Review.
All right. This song is based on a drawing. The drawing is by a guy named Creech, I think. And he's the bass player, I think, in a band called Bull Nettle. And they put out a flyer that had this drawing on it. And I saw the drawing and I wrote this song. Here it comes. Sasquatch. Sasquatch. It was the awesomest drawing anybody ever drew. It was awesomer than anything that ever could be true. It was a Sasquatch with a mullet riding on a unicorn all through the land of the pyramids. And on one of those pyramids it says Om in giant Sanskrit letters. And that's not all, 'cause the Sasquatch with a mullet riding on a unicorn is deflecting a barrage of laser blasts from a passing flying saucer with an actual samurai sword. Sasquatch. Thank you. Very short song. The night shift manager, that dickweed, we almost got into a fight. He said that we should keep the whole thing to ourselves, and we said, no way, Trevor, man, it just ain't right. 'Cause no one knows for sure when it was left here. It almost must have been a mistake. I personally came this close to ripping it in half, because I mean, how could it not have been a fake? But then I stopped, it had that money paper feel. I said, hey, wait, you guys, this Benjamin is real. That's right, it was $100 bill in the tip jar. It was $100 bill in the tip jar. One coworker jumped clear across the counter. The other scoffed in disbelief. But when it sank in that we got this $100 tip, we huddled round and started to debrief. Like maybe Ms. Half-Calf Cappuccino, you know, the lady with the coat and all those rings. Or could be that law school guy who's always giving you the eye and lecturing us on the finer things. Or how about Mr. Double Shot with eyebrows? That guy, no, I'm guessing it's the couple that wears whites. Oh yeah, that's who it was, I bet. Wait, what? You think? Well, don't forget that couple hasn't been in here all night. But so we speculated all shift long, without a clue as to who was right and who was wrong, about who left us that $100 bill in the tip jar. There was $100 bill in the tip jar. As you might guess, my story has an ending. You might imagine it does not end well. You might think that this sudden pulse of vast and untold riches sends all of us poor baristas straight to hell. Well, the truth is that our C note landed safely in our all-staff gratuity account. And every one of us who works at the 5th Street Espresso Hut got an even cut, a fair and square amount. Let's see, $100 divide by 33. That's $3.03 for me. And each one of my colleagues from that $100 bill in the tip jar. There really was $100 bill in the tip jar. And that's the story of the $100 bill in the tip jar. Huzzah! Do I got time for one more? Sure. Okay. This song is by Millie Raccoon. Millie Raccoon is based in New Orleans, and she beamed to Earth from the 25th century, from a faraway galaxy, to save everybody's souls with her songwriting. And so it's an honor and a privilege for me to sing for you this next number, and it'll be my closing number. I hope to see you all New Year's Eve at the Rose Bowl. Oh, a diamond has been hiding, buried in the earth. Oh, and under constant pressure since the moment of her birth. Oh, and miners try to find her, to behold her precious gleam. Oh, but darkness overtakes them, and she was but just a dream. Time is passing like a freight train through some lonely country
country town. Time is wild and got to be bound. Or you could lie beside me, darling, in the candles dancing glow, where the future is just a gentle touch and the fine art of taking it slow, so slow. Thank you. There's another verse, but I'll save it for tomorrow.